Hello, everybody. It's a couple of minutes early. We're going to wait until actually 9 o'clock, let people start coming in. But my name is Madi Dangerously of Madi Dangerously LLC, Dangerously Alive Wellness. I'm a healing artist, spoken word artist, and wellness and coach and tarot therapist. So we're going to be doing a live tarot reading. I'm doing short readings for each sign, and I set this live for 2 hours. In the event that we don't have time to do the sound healing session, I will just get right back online. This is my first time doing a scheduled live, so I don't know if it just cuts off or if it lets you go longer. But in the event that we won't have time in this 2-hour block for these readings, I'm going to get back on and do the sound healing session in a separate live. So it'll still happen today. I'm gonna wait for some folks to get in here. Hope everybody's doing well, feeling good, feeling alive. Lighting some sage here to get going. Definitely trying to do, ooh, I think it's smoking up. Hello, hello, hello. We're waiting until 9 o'clock to officially get started, but you know, make yourselves comfortable. Get ready. We're going to be doing live readings, short readings for each sign, and then followed by a short sound healing session. So I'm going to wait until 9 o'clock for everyone to join in and get started. My name is Madi Dangerously of Dangerously Alive Wellness. I'm a tarot therapist, wellness coach, also healing artist of multiple, what is the word? In my mind I'm saying dimensions, but yeah, I do different types of art. So I'm a multi hyphenated artist, spoken word artist, visual artist. I call myself a healing artist, a spirit artist, tarot therapist, wellness coach. So at 9 o'clock we're gonna officially start. We got a couple of minutes. So please be patient, stay tuned. I would love to know where some of you guys are from, where you're tuning in from. If you'd like to drop me a note, let me know how you're feeling today. Let me know where you're coming from. How is this Gemini Full Moon treating you guys? I love doing collective readings around the new moon and full moon energies because it's such powerful opportunities for growth, powerful learning, powerful feeling that takes place. So yeah, we got a couple of minutes before we get started, but it's nice to see people popping in and out so far. Yes, tell me where you guys are from. Where are you guys coming from? Drop me a message. I want to know. I want to know. I'm tuning in from New York. I'm from Brooklyn. So we out here. New York City native. And you know what I will share? So last night I did a live on Instagram, and we ended that live with some collective oracle messages. If you didn't see the general reading for all signs, that's posted on my Dangerously Alive page and my Dangerously Alive Wellness page on Instagram. If you want to see the full collective energy reading from yesterday that relates to all signs, and it's an overall message of the energies that we're feeling under this Gemini full moon, you can check that out. This reading today is going to be short readings for each sign, and we're going to start with the sign of Sagittarius since we are in Sag season, followed by Gemini because the moon is in Gemini, you feel me? So This is one of the mudra cards that came up yesterday for our general collective reading. And it was about all of us needing more self-trust, more belief in ourselves, allowing ourselves to not get discouraged, to not doubt, to get rid of the mental clutter, all the thoughts that are in the way. It's been a tough year for a lot of people, and we are making our way through it to this end of the year, stepping into 2025. And this mudra assists with enthusiasm, trust, confidence, supports the respiratory system, releases tightness in the chest, ribs, and back, energizes and cultivates enthusiasm and self-confidence, helps with depression. This is also heart chakra energy. So if you have been needing to give your heart, if you're needing more love in your life, if you're needing more healing in your life, start with your root chakra. If you're needing to trust yourself more, if you're dealing with depression, if you're dealing with grief, you're dealing with a lot of doubt, pour that energy into yourself. If you have been feeling like you need to give your heart more energy, your lungs more energy, for those of us who are experiencing cold winters in different parts of the world right now in this season. Hello, everybody. Hi. Feel free to let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Sending love. So yeah, this is a good mudra to practice, and I'm going to post this image on my pages so that you guys can see it clearly. The other collective oracle message that we pulled yesterday to conclude the general reading was the White Buffalo Woman, number 44. And I'm gonna read the short description for this, and then I'm also gonna read the healing process message at the end of it. Have hope, for you are pure of heart. And White Buffalo Woman appears as a divine sign of rebirth and harmony. She is the way shower who lives as one with Great Spirit. She teaches the practices that will free and empower us all. She heralds the birth and the divine upon new earth. You are held in heart, and you will recognize her beautiful grace of spirit in her own. This oracle signifies hope and reunion after a challenging or dark time. There will be harmony and coming together in sacred purpose after putting pain or conflict behind you. A birth of something pure and true shall happen under the auspices of Great Spirit. Forgive yourself and others and lay claim to the purity and goodwill that is your heart's true nature. Spiritual blessing is bestowed. Your actions are in accord with heaven. Complete release and renewal shall take place. The good and true will triumph in the end. Have faith, for your prayers are being answered. So in the general collective reading that we did yesterday, there was a lot of repetitive messages about just continuing to have faith, even if you don't see the results of the things that you've been working for, the things that you've been praying for. Do not give up on yourself. We are in such heavy times collectively. We have been in unprecedented times, you know. And it's about what we do, how we respond to these energies to move forward. That's going to help us. That's going to lift us out of these dark places, you know what I mean? And Spirit is asking us to be really strong internally, because there's going to be a lot more that changes for us externally that can easily shake us, can easily break us if we don't have a solid core and foundation of who we are. So another theme in that message is about centering ourselves in our world, and not in a egoistic, narcissistic kind of way, but in a self-preservation way, in a healing way, so that you are mindful of who you are and what you bring to the table all the time, and not so easily distracted, so easily discouraged. So it is officially 9 o'clock. We're gonna start our first reading for Sagittarius. This is going to be a short reading. I'm doing short readings for each sign, starting with Sagittarius because we are in Sagittarius season. So happy birthday, all the Sagittarius in the building, all the Sagittarius that will see this. I didn't do any pre-pulling beforehand. I wanted to make sure I did everything live with you guys. I am seeing that I froze a little bit. I don't know if... Okay, I think I'm back. I don't know if it froze on your end, but it froze for me. So we're starting with Sagittarius for this reading. And at the end of the readings, I'm going to do a sound healing session. So Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned. And if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I posted some affirmations for this full moon. There's about 20 affirmations, so feel free to see what affirmations work for you and apply it in your life and walk with that energy to help you move through any difficulties that you're going through in this season. So we're starting with the Sagittarius reading. Again, happy birthday, all the Sagittarius in the building. We're asking Spirit what messages you need to know from this Gemini full moon. How are you being affected? All sun signs, Sagittarius, moon sign, Sagittarius, Sagittarius rising. I had a card jump out. I'm gonna see if that comes back. What do the Sagittarius folks need to know? Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising under this Gemini full moon. Today, December 16th, 2024. What are your messages for Sagittarius? So the first card we have here for Sag is Ace of Wands. That's this guy here, Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is beginning a new cycle where you might feel more impassioned, where you might feel more fired up to accomplish your goals and your dreams. You might be more in tune with your passions and desires, in tune with your creative energy, the desire to begin something brand new, to start something brand new. It's an energy of very strong inspiration. It can also be strong spiritual inspiration of where you're ready to maybe grow and expand your world, get outside of your comfort zone. In our general collective reading that I did yesterday, the long-term future card was the World card. So this is all leading up to big opportunities for growth for all of us, right? Where we're ready to expand our worlds, where we're ready to see things differently, see new perspectives, right? So that Ace of Wands energy is really important, and it's also a fire element. Sagittarius is the fire sign. It is the last fire sign of 2024, of the season, of the year. It is in between the Nine of Wands and Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Wands is sometimes an energy of where we are feeling a little bit overworked and feeling like, man, I'm so tired of how hard I've had to work. I'm tired of how much I've had to fight for something, to accomplish things. It's, it's about like really, putting in the work, right? But also feeling exhausted from that work and wondering like, okay, how much more do I have to go? But the beautiful thing about the 9 is that it's at the end of this cycle, right? So this is saying like, this has all been preparation for you to begin something new. And then we got the Ace of Wands there, which is saying like, yeah, this is that cycle for you. This is that cycle where new things are going to start, where new seasons are going to start for you, right? So the Knight of Swords is about having to take decisive action towards your dreams and your goals. For those of us who are just joining, this is the Sagittarius reading, right? This is messages for Sagittarius, the sun, moon, and rising sign Sagittarius under this Gemini full moon energy. And so the Knight of Swords is saying it's time to take decisive action about your dreams and your goals. The things that you want are not just going to fall out of the sky. You have to make them happen. It's not enough to just have it up here. You have to act on it. The Knight of Swords also gives a warning of being too hasty, right? So yes, you want to take action, but you want to make sure you are taking intentional action. I heard the word calculated action. So being strategic about how you decide to move through your challenges is going to be really key. If you do things hasty just to get it done, it might cost you. You know what I mean? That was one of the negative influences from the past that came up for us in the collective reading. A lot of us wanting to see results of things fast and making maybe poor decisions as a result because you want to go fast, right? Because you want it now. And Spirit is encouraging all of us to have more patience, to wait, and to just do the work and trust in the divine timing and let things happen in the way that they're supposed to happen. Past influence is the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles relates to energies of lack. Where have you been experiencing lack? Sun sign Sagittarius, moon sign Sagittarius, rising sign Sagittarius. Where has lack been playing a role in your life? And it's not only about money. You can feel like maybe you don't have some other type of resources, or you don't have certain type of connections, or you don't have the ideas, or you don't have the talent. Anything that you feel like you don't have, and you're making what you don't have the center of something to make you feel less than, right? It's where we're embracing more of our insecurities and more of that doubt in ourselves, feeling like, oh, I don't have enough to be this, or I don't know enough to do this, da, 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 da. And Spirit is like, nah, cut all that out. You know what I mean? It's time to really honor yourself and all that you bring to the table. So that is the past influence that we're moving forward. And I want to remind you guys, the present energy is that Ace of Wands. So Ace of Wands is like, yo, this is your time. This is your time to do it. This is your time to move forward. Let's fucking go. You feel me? So the short-term future card for this is the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is really about taking things into your own hands, mastering your gifts, mastering your talents, mastering your skills, mastering anything that you know that you can do that is coming from you. It's a very self-sufficient energy. It's a very self-empowered energy. And it's saying you can make moves, you know, this is your time to make things happen. This is your time to build something. This is your time to put those skills and talents to use to create something bigger than you've had before. You know what I mean? And the Eight of Pentacles is also a really empowered card for, what is the word that I want to say? For entrepreneurship, for being like this self-sufficient, relying on your own talents and gifts to create for yourself. So if Sagittarius is a sign that's in your chart, see where Sag is in your chart at this time and how you're being affected by it. Because, and like I said, this first reading that we're doing is for Sun, Moon, and Rising signs, folks. And if you have Sag predominantly placed in your chart, look and see what house that's in. Look and see how that's affecting you at this time. It might be time for you to start something new, something magical, something where you are creating your own abundance without middlemen, so to speak, without having to necessarily directly work for someone. But it's like, where can you be more entrepreneurial? Where can you take your abundance into your own hands? I'm going to put an animal spirit card. I can already tell I'm probably going to go over the 2-hour time doing readings for all signs. This is my first time alive, so if it does cut off after the 2 hours, I will just get back on here. And this stuff will also be posted for anybody that wants to check it out later if you're not able to stick around. So now I'm doing oracle messages for Sagittarius, starting with the animal spirit deck. We got the spider. The spider is that creator. The spider is the, you know, it's grandmother spirit energy. It's divine feminine energy. And it is about building. It's building your home, building your house. You know what I'm saying? It's like building your world, being a creator of worlds. So where are you ready to be a creator of worlds in your life? You know, it's time to look at that. And it's time to devise a plan of action to make it happen. You feel me? I'm gonna read the message for the spider if I can find it. Here we go. Creative prosperity through life's work. Dharma. The spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the spider and those around it. Both financially and spiritually, it's hard work, but the spider never tires or becomes impatient. This card reminds us creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. That is definitely in alignment with what the card said. So that is your animal spirit message for Sun, Moon, and Rising sign Sagittarius. And I'm going to pull a crystal healing message for you guys as well. And then we're going to be moving on to the next sign. crystal healing message for Sun, Moon, Rising sign Sagittarius. Blue onyx, clairvoyance. Clairvoyance, one of the 4 major clear psychic abilities, means clear seeing. People who are clairvoyant have ability to see beyond the normal range of perception. This could include seeing auras and spirit guides, as well as a scene before it happens. If you would like to develop your clairvoyant ability, you can utilize blue onyx. Onyx promotes strength, and the deep color blue activates the third eye for psychic ability and clairvoyance. Every day, my clairvoyant ability gets stronger and stronger. That's that card. All of this will be posted for anyone that wants to check it out after. I'm gonna take a quick photo of it so that okay. All right, so we're moving on to Gemini, just because the moon is in Gemini. So when the moon is in your sign, you tend to feel it a little bit stronger than maybe some of the other signs. So if Gemini is a prominent sign in your chart, you might be feeling this moon pretty strongly. So for all sun, moon, and rising signs, Gemini, and especially if you're in Gemini, then this moon will definitely hit different. Sun, moon, rising sign, Gemini. And after Gemini, we'll be doing Capricorn, since that's the next sign in the season after. And we're just going to go in order after that until we're done. So, if you have any comments, feel free, write me some messages. Let me know where you guys are coming from. Let me know how you guys are feeling. Send some hearts if anything is resonating with you. I want to know how you guys are feeling. You feel me? So we are Sun, Moon, Rising Gemini under this Gemini full moon, December 16th, 2024, Sagittarius season. What is the messages for all Sun, Moon, Rising sign Geminis under this Gemini full moon? What do you guys need to know? What do you guys need to know at this time? One more shuffle. Okay, so for our Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, that's under this Gemini full moon, the first card we have here again is that damn Five of Pentacles. So this Five of Pentacles, you know, like I said before, it represents, you know, feelings of lack, and sometimes where we're worried about the things that we may have lost or the things that may have ended. It can also be an extension of grief. And I spoke a lot about the energies of grieving that are been really heavy. I feel like this year, especially towards the end of the year, and me personally, I am a sun sign Gemini, and I've been hit with the grieving really heavy, as well as some accompanying depression. So Spirit is really trying to help us to see the bigger picture. And the beautiful thing I'll say is that is the one negative card in everything. Everything around it is positive, right? And I feel like that's a powerful message. Like, I think sometimes we tend to focus on the things that hurt, the things that that don't feel good, the things that we are wanting to change. And because they hit us so hard, it's kind of hard not to focus on it, right? And then sometimes I think in our mind, we think like, if I don't focus on this, how can I fix it? How can I change it? And Spirit is like, you don't need to focus on that for it to change. You just need to focus on the good things. You need to focus on being grateful. You need to focus on what you are able to create. The surrounding cards for that are the Three of Wands and the Fool card. So beautiful, right? Three of Wands is like you are ready to go on a new adventure. You are ready to see new worlds. You are ready to do things in a new way. Three of Wands is about being innovative. It's about using your unique energy to do things in a way that works for you and not worrying about how it works for anybody else, right? So it's like, where are you ready to blaze a new trail? Where are you ready to see new worlds? Where are you ready to take a new path that maybe you haven't taken before, that maybe scared you before, right? It's like, where are you ready to move? And again, it's more of that fire energy. Wands is about fire, creativity, passion, desire. It can also be about intimacy, like who we're creating intimate connections with, like maybe from a place of our creativity, from a place of our passion. Maybe it's sharing ideas like in an impassioned way with people that we trust to collaborate and create something new. But it's definitely, you know, it's doing things your own way, but in a way that will still create success for you because it's so uniquely you, right? And this is Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini's general reading here. The next card we have next to it in the present energy is the Fool card. The Fool card is like, I'm opening up doors for you to create something new, to take a new leap of faith towards something. You just have to trust it, right? The Fool is saying you are ready for this leap. If you keep doubting yourself, if you keep holding on to how the past has affected you, you will never take the fucking leap. It's time to take the leap. You know what I mean? It's time to stop worrying about being sad and take the fucking leap. And it's like, and you know what? Do it sad. Do it sad. Do it scared. You know, even if you got anxiety, do it anyway, right? Because once you start doing it, you're going to feel so much better. So if you've had unique ideas that you've been wanting to put out into the world, that you've been worried about if they're going to be received, if people are going to feel you, don't worry about that. Just do it. The fact that you feel it, the fact that you feel inspired to do it is enough for moving from that place of inspiration. So take these leaps of faith. Don't worry about who's judging you. Don't worry about feeling like you have to protect yourself through everything. Just go for it. Sometimes we can be overprotective of ourselves to the point where we're blocking our blessings, where we're blocking the vision. You know, we can't see what's next because we're just looking right here, and it's like, nah, further. Expand that vision, you know, get your perspective up, see things from new angles, because you're not seeing everything. You're probably seeing about this much of everything that's happening around you. And that's why getting more in tune with your intuition is so important at this time, because you'll be able to see past the physical. You'll be able to see past what's immediately there. Past influence is the Strength card. This is a similar message that came up from yesterday, but it's saying, like, you know, you've overcome a lot. You've overcome a lot in the past, and you will continue to overcome. You're stronger than you realize. You're stronger than maybe you give yourself credit for. So it's like, tap into that strength and have that unwavering faith in yourself to know that whatever comes your way, you got this. Like the quote that says, you know, God doesn't give you anything that you can't handle. It's true, right? If it's in your path, it's because it's a task for you to handle, and you will, and you'll figure it out, and you have to trust that you will. If you continue to doubt, if you continue to worry about what you feel like you don't have, if you continue to judge yourself based on physical things, external things, you're gonna always feel without, you know what I mean? You're gonna always feel incomplete to a certain degree. So it's like, release yourself from that. Release yourself from that bondage. Release yourself from that pain, from that headache, right? The last card we have here in our future position, short-term future position, is the Justice card. Justice card is saying everything's gonna balance out, baby. You got this. You know what I mean? The other side is coming. If you've been wronged in the past, you've been hurt in the past. This is about karma. This is about justice. This is about balance. And it's all happening for you. Don't feel like because you've gone through some negative things that's going to be your life forever. If you've experienced some losses, some L's, Spirit's like, nah, you're on track to receive what I have for you. Just hold tight. Just continue the faith. If that resonates with you, send me some love. Let me know how you guys are feeling. I'm gonna do Animals for Oracle for Sun, Moon, Rising sign Gemini. What are your messages for Sun, Moon, Rising Sign, Gemini? What do we need to know? We got the cheetah. I love cheetahs, actually. I love all the big cats. I definitely love cheetahs. Let's see. Solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. The message for the solar plexus stuff came up really strongly in our general collective reading as well. So I strongly feel that our solar plexus is being not only activated, but kind of like reaching out for more attention too, so that it can be activated is more like it. Our solar plexus is needing a little bit more attention. Solar plexus is our courage center, where we believe in ourselves, our identity, how we identify ourselves in the world. And yeah, so I'm going to read the message for the cheetah. I don't know if I showed it to you. If not, that's the cheetah. Solar force, action, achievement, masculine energy. The cheetah is the epitome of solar forces at work. The sun does not shine onto the cheetah. It shines from inside this great creature and expands outward to brighten the universe. The energy within a cheetah personality is palpable to others, and they naturally attract an audience to bear witness to their remarkable achievements. Purpose and passion are best fuel for cheetah's forward momentum. So if you're lacking in those areas, reconnect to the why before you start running. That's another repetitive message, right? Because in our collective message that we did yesterday, it was saying that a lot of times we move too fast because we want things fast, right? And not even just that we want it fast, but we're impassioned by it, and we care, and we're like, no, I really want this thing, right? And to the point where we might make hasty decisions, we might move faster than we need to move. And the cheetah's like, don't start running until you're actually ready, because once we start, now we out here, right? So it's like, wait until you're actually ready. Wait until you actually have the things in place to move. And then once you do move, you're unstoppable, right? Because you've mustered up the strength, you mustered up the right energy, you're moving in the right direction instead of just running willy-nilly, wasting your energy, depleting your resources, right? So this shit hits home for me. As a Sun Gemini, this hits home for me for sure, and I hope it resonates with you guys too, Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini. So when in balance, this is about achieving anything, having boundless energy. When this is out of balance, this is about being impatient and competitive. Competition is, what is that? There's a quote. It's like competition is it's like violence against the self. I totally believe that. Like, we're not here to compare ourselves to other people. I think it's natural to realize ways in which maybe we're different or whatever like that. But if it gets to the point, comparison is the thief of joy. That was the quote that I was really thinking of. And we have to stop doing that so much. It's okay to highlight, what other people's gifts are and blah, 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 blah. But I feel like it should come from a place of just like pure appreciation, or from a place of like collaboration, but never from competition. We don't win anything that way. You know what I'm saying? Unless you're only out here living for external, like physical rewards. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything. The titles don't mean anything. You don't win at life because somebody gave you a fucking trophy at something. It doesn't really work that way. It really is always about your energy and what you use those accolades for to do your work in the world. So keep that in mind. To bring into balance, reconnect to your purpose. What is your purpose? What is your why? Why do you even care, right? Why are you passionate? What do you want to build? How do you feel about what it is that you want to build? What is the deeper reason for why you exist in the world, right? What is your purpose here? Why are you creating? Why are you speaking? Why are you sharing? Why are you making anything? Why are you getting up every day and doing X, Y, Z? Why, right? Be connected to your why, because that's what's going to keep you going when the external things don't look so great, when they don't look as clear as we maybe want them to do. That inner thing that why you do what you do, that's what's going to move you forward. That's what's going to lift you up out of the darkness, right? So yeah, The last oracle we're going to do here, we're going to pull a crystal healing message for Sun, Moon, Rising, Gemini folk. Epidote, karma clearing. Yes. And this more green energy, more heart chakra energy. Do you find yourself attracting the same negative emotional experience again and again? Sometimes we create painful situations because the memories sit in our energy fields as old wounds that need to be healed and released. Epidote helps you to break and dissolve karmic patterns that no longer serve you. By purging and cleansing stuck, repressed emotions, it allows you to fill it with a higher frequency. I clear old karma by releasing memories and patterns that no longer serve me. I create new thoughts and feelings of what I do want in my life. Karma clearing. Allow that karma to clear. Now I'm going to take a quick photo of this and we're going to move forward to the next thing. All right, so now we're going to do Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising sign. Capricorn, shouts to all my Capricorns in the building. I'm a lunar Capricorn. Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorn. Your season is coming up. Happy early birthday. By next week or so, we'll be in Capricorn or the end of this week, actually. We should be entering Capricorn season, so let's get it. Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorn. This is your reading. December 16th, 2024. Under this Gemini full moon energy, what do Sun, Moon, and Rising sign Capricorns need to hear at this time? What do Sun, Moon, and Rising Capricorns need to know at this time? Hey, what's up, Capricorns? Where you guys from? Let me know where you guys are from. Happy early birthday, Capricorn. All right. What are our message for the Capricorn? Sun, Moon, and Rising Capricorns. December 16, 2024. Under this Gemini full moon. What do the Capricorns need to know? What do y'all need to know? All right. So the first card we have here is this World card. The World card is saying it's time to grow. It's time to expand your world. It's time to expand your vision. It's time to see greater perspectives than your own, right? It's also a good time for learning new things, learning things about maybe distant places, different worlds, learning things that just expand your world, or maybe even things that maybe once seemed foreign to you in some type of way. It's a good time to dive into that kind of knowledge. So if there's been anything that you've been wanting to expand upon, this is a good time. And expansion is a good word for this energy. This is a period of expansion for you all. And as we're in Sag season, right before Capricorn season starts, it's like Sagittarius season is preparing you for the growth. It's preparing you for the expansion, even if you don't see it yet, right? That's the recurring theme, even if you don't see it yet. The surrounding cards in our present energy for this is the Seven of Wands and the Ten of Cups. Seven of Wands, that energy is about sometimes feeling like we have to protect ourselves from the world, protecting ourselves from judgment, having to defend ourselves too much. Defend our position, defend who we are, defend what we have, right? And We got the Ten of Cups there too. So I'm going to pull a clarifier for the Seven of Wands here. I got the King of Cups as a clarifier for that. And that says to me, like, maybe you're needing more nurturing. You're needing more nurturing in your life so that you realize you don't have to fight so much, so that you realize like how supported you are and the support that you actually have around you. And then the Ten of Cups to me says to lean more on the people that really do fuck with you, right? Your actual support system, not the people that are on the fence about you and things like that, but the people that you know for sure are in your corner. That's who needs your energy right now. That's who you should be sharing your energy with. And it's about also who are we supporting and who's supporting us. That mutual flow of supportive energy right now is really key. And being around people who know your heart. Ten of Cups is emotional energy. It doesn't have to be blood relatives or anything like that, but it's the people who know your heart, the people who know your spirit, and making sure that's who you are connecting with at this time. And not to say fuck everybody else, but kind of fuck everybody else in the sense that you're not feeding off of their approval or needing them to accept you or needing them to know what's going on. And that there's a time and place for everything, but this energy right now is saying don't focus on them. Focus on these folks, the people that are pouring into you, the people that you are pouring into, the people that you know your heart. That's who deserves your energy at this time. And also because your season is coming up, I think this is saying like pour that love into yourself, right? Know how to honor yourself. Know how to pour love and positive energy into who you are as a being, because you need that, you know. Celebrate how far you've come, even if you didn't accomplish every single thing that you wanted this year. And I know there's this like such heavy pressure that comes with the end of the year. We're like, oh my God, I didn't get this done. Relax, okay? You did what you were able to do. You did what you needed to do. You know, you did what you had capacity to do. And that's what matters. And love yourself through it anyway. Give yourself that love and support that you need. Give yourself that love and support that you're wanting from other places. Make sure you're nurturing yourself in that way. And it's about being in tune with your emotions in a more mature way, to the point where you're not feeling like you need to like, for one, you don't need everyone to know how you feel, right? And then also you don't need to be spilling your energy and emotions off everywhere. It's like, nah, you know how you feel and you're taking care of it and you're containing yourself. And when I say the word contain, I'm not saying to hide anything, but we do need to be in control of ourselves, right? Because like emotional energy is strong energy, and when we let it run crazy, that doesn't really serve us. It might feel good in that split second when you let yourself crash out, you feel me? But then after that, you gotta look at all the shit that you done broke behind because you was crashing the fuck out, right? So it's like, don't be destructive in this energy. Don't allow this energy to cause you to be destructive. It's like, how can you use it to pour more love into yourself and also ultimately pouring back more love into the world? Like, how are you transmuting these energies into more beautiful things? Your past influence is that Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups is like, we've been leaving things behind. We've been letting shit go. We've been outgrowing things, right? And we don't outgrow anything that we're not ready to outgrow, that we're not needing to outgrow. It may not always feel good, but it's necessary. And that's the thing that we have to look at. And I feel like that, for me, sounds like that maturity that comes with the emotional energy, right? That growth. It's like, okay, I don't necessarily, like, if I had a choice, or we do have a choice, but like, if I had my way, maybe I wouldn't let go of this thing. But I know in order for me to grow, in order for me to be where I need to be, I have to let it go. And if all the signs around you are showing that you need to let something go, you gotta let it go. You know, if it's showing that it's not healthy for you anymore to be attached to a thing, a place, or whatever, an idea, let it go. It's not serving you anymore. It's going to only keep you in a place that you don't want to be. Who wants to be there, right? Like, nobody wants to be anywhere that they don't want to be or need to be. It doesn't feel good when we're in places that we don't want to be. So it's all about like moving us forward into places that feel more joyous, that feel more mutual, that feel more freeing for us on an emotional level, you know, where we can be ourselves, when we can just enjoy life the way that we want to, the way that we deserve to. The short-term future card for this is the Temperance card. Temperance card is a card of patience, and patience is an action word. You know, patience is not sitting in stillness doing nothing. Patience is like trusting that things will happen in their own time. It's like surrendering to the energy. It's like, I'm not forcing anything. I'm not making anything happen, but I am going to do my part though. I'm going to do what I have to do to aid and feed the goals and the dreams and the things and the manifestations that are coming to light. But I'm not going to I'm not gonna sit every day like, it ain't here yet, it ain't here yet, it ain't. If you're doing that, you're not, that's not patience. You're just annoying yourself. You're probably annoying yourself, right? But by just like constantly asking, like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Like, patience is like, I know it's coming, and I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna wait because it's coming. And I'm gonna do what I have to do in the meantime because it's coming. And also another message with the Temperance card is like, it's balancing the extremes. It's learning how to live in that middle ground. And that takes different shapes for different people depending on what's going on in your life. You might know where that balance needs to be, whether that's in your emotional energy, maybe it's in your resources, maybe it's in just the way you look at things, right? Like maybe if you have a very all or nothing perspective about a lot of things, and sometimes I do, I have an all or nothing perspective about a lot of things, and a lot of times it's like, nah, it's neither of those. It's in the middle, right? It's about figuring out that middle ground for yourself. It's about figuring out where moderation needs to be practiced and not living from these extremes or these absolutes. So your animal spirit message for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Thank you guys for showing love. If you're feeling the message, sending love to all my Capricorns. I appreciate y'all. Sending love to the Sagittarius. We did your reading. Sending love to the Geminis. We did your reading. What are the animal spirit message for the Capricorns under this Gemini full moon? What do they need to know? December 16th, 2024. What do the Capricorns need to know? You guys got the hyena. That's interesting. So, hyena, humor, wit, and sarcasm. The hyena personality is a jokester and crowd pleaser, but below the surface there are unfulfilled dreams to be realized. When the hyena card appears, it's time to reflect on your reliance on sarcasm and humor to express your truth. Are you using jokes to hide old resentments in relationships or to mask things that you feel uncomfortable discussing? What would happen if you took your goals seriously? When in balance, charming, witty, fun to be around. Out of balance, scrappy, petty, and suspicious. To bring into balance, sobriety. So that's interesting. I know Capricorn can be a sign that sometimes struggles with vulnerability, especially with other people. They can be vulnerable with themselves, you know what I mean? They might have, one or two people, or let me not say one or two people, but they might have like a select group of people that they're close with, that they are safe being vulnerable with. But when it comes to like maybe public vulnerability, things like that, it might be a difficult thing, and they might be more inclined to make a joke about something, make a joke about how they feel, or be dismissive about their feelings, turn it into something that's gonna make people laugh, instead of like saying like, no, I'm fucked up, I'm sad right now. You know what I mean? That sometimes that's a hard thing for Capricorn energy, because Capricorn energy can be an energy that's very contained. It's very self-reserved. It's like, no, I got me. You know what I mean? Like, I know what this is. I don't need help. I don't, you know what I mean? And so it's very like independent in that way. Which can be a good thing sometimes, but then sometimes it can be a hindrance, right? So there are times where we need to be more vulnerable about who we are and how we feel and what we're releasing. And again, we've got these messages of like this emotional balance and also emotional maturity. So it's like there are ways that you can still be vulnerable without feeling like you have to spill out all over everything. You don't have to fall apart. You don't have to have a public breakdown for people to perform your pain, you know what I'm saying, or to perform how you're hurting. But it's okay to let people know, like, oh, I'm going through something right now, like, and to be honest about that, to be authentic in that expression and not feel like that's something that you have to hide behind humor or sarcasm with. So that's something to look into. And then it's like to bring into balance sobriety. I definitely been feeling like I've been more sensitive lately, and I'm a lunar Capricorn. I'm not a sun sign Capricorn, but I'm sharing this because this message came up. So if you've been feeling like you can't really handle drinking, smoking at this time, it's okay to not do it. Don't be under too many influences of things, because you need to figure out what's going on inside of you, and you don't want more things that are distracting you from what's going on inside of you and taking you too far outside of yourself. So that's just something to think about in this season. The next one we are going to be doing is the sign of Aquarius. I'm going to take a quick pick of these. Oh, sorry, I didn't do your crystal healing message. I'm sorry. Crystal healing message for Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorns. Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorns. What are your messages? What do you guys need to know at this time? Sun, Moon, Rising, Capricorn. What do you guys need to know? Under this Gemini Full Moon, December 16th, 2024. Chiastolite. Interesting. I bought some of these crystals and I put them around the house. Chiastolite comes from the Greek word for cross because of the distinctive cross in the center of the stone. Since ancient times, the cross was used to ward off evil, making chiastolite a good crystal for protection. Used as an amulet or carried in your pocket, chiastolite provides a barrier of safety and security. Placed on your altar, chiastolite promotes a protective grid around the household. I call forth a protective grid to surround my home and family, blessing everyone with love and light. So yeah. Look into getting some chiastolite. I think it's chiastolite. I bought mine on Amazon, so you can get some on Amazon, or Etsy is a good resource for crystals. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. And the next sign we're going to do is the sign of Aquarius. So if any Aquarius folks in the building, stay tuned. You're up next. Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius. I definitely been feeling like I need to just be doing more protection work. And again, not from a place of overly guarding yourself, but just energetic protection. The holiday season, truthfully, is a tricky time energetically. This end of the year time is a tricky time spiritually. And doing things to protect your energy field, like crystals, like, oh no, it's telling me my end is about to... what? Yo, they're making me pull a puzzle to see if my live is still going. What the fuck? That's crazy. So, but they wasn't sure if I was still on the live. They were like, we're about to end your live. Okay, so we're doing Aquarius sign next. Here we are. Yeah, and I was saying about protection. Spiritual baths, really good at this time. Cleanse your energy. Certain crystals like the one we just said, chiastolite, black tourmaline is really good. Kyanite is another good one. Onyx, obsidian, smoky quartz is a good protective, grounding crystal during the sign of Capricorn. So look into that. Sun, Moon, Rising sign Aquarius. This is your reading. Labradorite is a really, really good one as well. And it's good for kind of just like protecting your overall aura. At one point, I used to have a lot of labradorite pieces, and I do feel like it's a very, like, that I would wear on a regular basis as jewelry. It is magical, and it definitely does, it protects your aura in a really interesting way, and also helps you to be really clear about the things that you're manifesting for yourself. They call it the Magician's Stone, and I think there's a lot of truth to it. I actually just found one of my old pieces of labradorite. I put it over here the other day. I've had this one for like years now. It's so pretty, and I lost it and I recently found it. I want to actually maybe make that into like a pendant or something. I think it's a really nice piece to have. But labradorite, they say, is a stone that when you wear it or have it around you a lot, it helps you to be in tune with your power. It helps you to be really clear about what you're manifesting so that your energy is in alignment with those things. Because sometimes we could be manifesting something, but the rest of our energy is directing us somewhere else because we get confused, we get distracted, we get brought down by life's events and things like that. And then we get discouraged sometimes. So labradorite is a good stone for keeping you in your power and protecting your energy and your aura. If you're wanting to make a crystal grid for your home, I would suggest using some amethyst too. Amethyst is really good for protecting spaces. Amethyst and selenite. I always put selenite in my windows and just like around the house. If you have amethyst, you can put them in different corners of your spaces. If you have a garden, you can put some out in the garden, make like a grid to protect your home, protect your spaces. All right, Aquarius folks. This is your reading, Sun, Moon, Rising, Aquarius for this, under this Gemini Full Moon, December 16th, 2024. Okay. First card we have for the Aquarius folks, Sun, Moon, Rising, is Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups, that's come up, I think in so far almost every reading. It's time to leave old things behind. It's time to realize what you've outgrown and move forward. It's time to release the baggage of anything that you've been doing or surrounding yourself with hasn't been feeling like alignment. If you feel like you've had to force yourself, it's not for you anymore. If you are around people that maybe once used to enjoy, but it doesn't feel comfortable, or in spaces that no longer feel good, or activities that no longer give you that same energy that they used to give you, it's because you've outgrown it. And it doesn't have to be in this negative, combative way. You don't have to make enemies out of it. It's just like, it's just not for you anymore, you know? And it's just about growing up and accepting that and being like, okay, let me just move forward to what is for me. Let me just move forward to what is in alignment for me and not feel like I'm wasting my time. Because again, if you don't respond to these messages, you end up stuck. And who wants to be stuck? Nobody wants to be stuck. Nobody wants to be where they're not supposed to be. We all want to move towards where we're supposed to be and where we're meant to be. So that is what these energies are helping us to realize so that we can move forward. The surrounding cards, though, are the Wheel of Fortune and the Six of Wands. So this is good stuff. Wheel of Fortune is saying that there are blessings ready to come into your life. You may not know when they're coming. They may feel like a surprise when they do, but it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to feel like it fell out of the sky, and it's going to change things for you in a big way. So allow yourself to have that. Allow yourself to receive and be open to receiving these blessings so that you can move forward the way that you need to move forward in your life. The next card is the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands is about receiving some type of recognition. It could be really public recognition, or it could be just public recognition from like your circle of people that you're around. But it's people really recognizing like, yo, you've been working hard, you've been doing your thing, and people kind of giving you your flowers, you know what I'm saying? Like really appreciating who you are and what you've been doing and what you've been working towards, you know, people really seeing you in the light that you want to be seen. And it could also be about the people that you've been working with to accomplish something and make something happen. So it may not be like an individual thing, but maybe like you're a part of a team or production or something, and that starts to get more shine. You know what I mean? It gets more light sent on it because people are like, oh wow, you did that, you were part of that. So it's like people recognizing your talents and your gifts, and that really feeling good. So sun, moon, rising sign Aquarius, hold tight. If you're feeling to move on from things, to leave things behind, just listen, you know. And again, you can do it in a positive way. It doesn't have to be combative, it doesn't have to be negative. Sometimes when we're feeling that energy of the Eight of Cups, it can feel heavy. It can feel like, oh man, like, oh, I just don't want to do this. I just don't want to be here. I just don't want to da-da-da-da. And it's because we've outgrown it, right? Just accept it. Move into the energy of acceptance so that you can move forward to what is actually for you, because there are bigger blessings trying to come into your life, but you have to make the choice to leave behind the things that do not serve you anymore. If you keep fighting to stay in the places where you're not supposed to be, you will never get the blessings that are trying to come into your life. You are going to be sabotaging yourself. Past influence is the 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is saying that you've been working really fucking hard. You've been working hard and you're almost exhausted. Maybe you're feeling like you're at the end of your rope, but hold on. Do not give up yet. Do not, don't give up on the whole dream because it all hasn't happened yet, right? 10 of Wands is also don't beat yourself up either, and allow yourself to rest and know that there will be time coming for you to be able to rest. And again, trust that, right? Trust the timing of things. You've had to overcome a lot, you know, in your recent past, and that has worn you out. You've had to work really hard to accomplish the things that you've been trying to accomplish, and maybe some people don't even realize how hard you've had to work. You know, maybe it seems easy to some people from the outside looking in, but you're like, yo, you have no idea what I had to do to make that happen. Your short-term future card is the Three of Cups. The Three of Cups is saying that it's a good time for not just collaboration, but it's more of just socializing with people that you really love and enjoy, getting out, being around people, maybe in small groups, maybe it's larger groups, but it's like celebration energy. And maybe it's because of the holiday season. Maybe it's saying to get out and spend time around people, expand your network a little bit, get outside of your comfort zone, maybe be in some new spaces and just celebrate life a little bit. You know, it's asking you to celebrate life a little bit more than maybe you've been allowed to do in the recent past, because you've been working so hard, because you've been staying so focused on what you're accomplishing, your goals. But like I said already, in the present energy, we have that Six of Wands there with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like these blessings they're coming. They're definitely rolling out, you know what I mean? It's just everything takes its time, everything has its season. So it's like just hold tight. So for my sun, moon, rising Aquarius folks, that message is for you. Allow yourself to celebrate yourself, celebrate the work that you've done, how far you've come. If you're feeling called to move on from things, to move forward, do so. In my experience, Aquarius is pretty good with moving on from things and letting things go. Like once they realize it's not for them, they're like, nah, you know what I mean? They kind of have a nice intuitive guiding thing about that, and sometimes they are detached enough to do it in a way that doesn't weigh on them too emotionally. So if you need to practice a little bit more detachment at this time so that you can let things go, do that. And if you're worried about, you know, getting rewards and recognition for the work that you've been doing, Spirit is saying it's coming. Just keep doing the work, and also don't just only focus on work though. Enjoy life, and that will also help to bring a lot of these blessings for you that you're looking for. Your animal spirit message for sun, moon, rising Aquarius under this Gemini full moon. Sun, moon, rising Aquarius under the Gemini full moon. What is your animal spirit message? What you guys need to know? The wolf. I like wolves. I think they're really cool. I could have been a wolf in a past life. I feel like low-key they're one of my spirit animals. They pop up for me every now and again. The wolf. There we go. The guardian of family and tribe, activism and ritual. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being and longevity of the pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance out agitated wolf energy. Contemplate the following: embrace all, exclude none. When in balance, reliable, democratic, and fearless. When out of balance, judgmental, dominating. To bring into balance, practicing letting go. So we got that message again, practicing letting go, right? I also think it's dope that it says the wolf is the guardian of family and tribe. And the final message for the Aquarius in this reading is Three of Cups. So it's about like joining people, joining others, the people that we care about, the people that we connect with on a heart level, allowing ourselves to celebrate and be amongst people, right? Not just being so isolated and focused on our work, focused on our dreams, focused on our vision, but it's like, who are you enjoying life with, right? And maybe some of what you're doing, maybe you're meant to be a guardian of some of the magic that happens within that group. You know, maybe you're an important protector of that in your family circle, in your friendship circle. You know what I mean? Maybe you're the person that brings people together. You know what I mean? Maybe you don't even realize that you're that kind of person, that you're that kind of connector. And like I said, when in balance, reliable, democratic, fearless, out of balance, judgmental, and dominating. So yeah, we don't need to control everybody. Everybody's not gonna move the way that we want them to move. Everybody's not gonna feel how we feel, right? But I feel like that's also that reminder of practicing unconditional love, right? Unconditional acceptance for those we love, right? Knowing that just because they have a different path or they want to do something different from the way that we're doing it or the way the group is doing it doesn't make them any less important or special, or any less worthy, right? So your crystal healing message for Sun, Moon, and Aquarius under this Gemini Full Moon, December 16th, 2024. Lazulite. Indigo children. Indigo children born 1980s to 1990 are known for their warrior spirit. They chose to incarnate during the Great Awakening to break down old corrupt systems that serve the few, to give way to greater equality for all. They are called indigo children because of the indigo ray they emit, much like the crystal lazulite. Lazulite vibrates to the sixth chakra for inner knowing. That's the third eye, sixth chakra, for inner knowing and clear seeing. The same qualities that the indigos possess. They have difficulty following rules because they are connected to their own inner guidance and light. The deep blue color conveys truth, and indigos are famous for being able to decipher truth from falsehood. I use my warrior light to destroy outdated structures to give way to the new. So this is, and let me also say that Pluto in Aquarius is a big shift for us as a collective, for the whole world, right? So this is literally this energy, like breaking down old structures, confronting power structures, leaving things behind, leaving the past behind, like knowing that we don't have to do everything that has been done before. We don't have to keep honoring traditions that no longer serve us as a collective. And Aquarius, as a zodiac sign, is the water bearer. It's the sign that embodies the collective, but allows each member of the collective to still be unique. So that says a lot in reference to what just came out here. It's like, yes, we can all be one, but we don't all have to be the same to be one. And how do we embrace unity amongst each other without like washing each other out, without being controlling, without forcing people into things that they don't want to do. Let people come willingly if that's where they want to be. You know what I'm saying? If that's where they want to go. But it's about releasing these past hindrances to our structures, to our ways of being and living in society. Next up, we've got the Pisces reading. Sun, moon, and rising sign Pisces. We're going to talk about how you guys are affected by this Gemini full moon energy. I hope you guys are feeling good so far. Thank you for following in. I know there's people coming in and out. I hope you guys are liking this stuff and liking the messages. Thank you for the people who have been showing love. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for sharing as well. Please continue to share this if it resonates with you, if you like it. And feel free to also follow me for more of this stuff. I know I'm going to be really hungry when I'm done with this. When I do long readings back to back, like, I get so hungry. It's really crazy. I think we're almost about halfway through, so maybe I've been making decent time. I've been trying to be mindful of the time and not do too long for each sign. So we are doing Sun, Moon, Rising in Pisces messages for the Gemini full moon. And anyone who is not able to stick around for the entire thing, this will be posted on my page, so you will be able to check it out later. And again, my name is Madi Dangerously, for all those who don't know. All right, Pisces, this is your reading for the Gemini full moon. What are your messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising? For the Gemini full moon. And thank you for everyone who's been tuning in. I think I said that already, but I'm going to say it again. Thank you, thank you. We're doing the Pisces reading now. I'm shuffling, about to pull some cards for Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces. And then what do we got next after Pisces is Aries. So Aries, you guys are up next. Hold tight. Pisces folks, what are your messages for Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, Pisces under this Gemini full moon? What do you guys need to know? December 16th, 2024. All right, cards are just jumping out. I'm going to leave that one out and see how it relates. Let's see. Okay. So the card that jumped out was a Six of Swords for Pisces. That is about needing to have important communications, important conversations. Maybe there's things that you've been needing to talk about with someone that you've been maybe avoiding. Pisces, the Gemini moon is telling Pisces that this is a good time to talk about it. If there's things that you need to get off your chest. Sometimes the Six of Swords has a lot to do with conversations that lead to some type of forgiveness. Forgiveness, understanding, allowing ourselves to move out of a certain energy to get to smoother territory, to get to more peaceful territory, to mend a connection, to mend a bridge. So that Six of Swords energy is saying that this is a good time in this Gemini full moon to talk about things that maybe have been difficult to talk about, to get some things off your chest, to make amends with someone or something. It could be something internally with you, it could be things with other people. But like I said, the energy is saying that this is a good time for you guys to talk about, to talk it out. And it's also a good time for you to just receive certain information as well. Maybe we're not always ready to listen to certain things. Maybe we're not always ready to hear certain things or other people's perspectives and stuff like that. And Six of Swords is saying, Gemini, under this Gemini full moon, this is a good time to talk things out. The first card in the present space of this reading is the Seven of Wands, and this is another card that I've been noticing has been coming up frequently. So Seven of Wands is sometimes when we are putting ourselves in this energy of protection because maybe we're worried about being judged, we're worried about being criticized, we're worried about being misunderstood, we're worried about people competing with us or things like that. So we kind of like put ourselves in this kind of state of protection where we're just like, nah, I'm not even going to open up. I'm not even going to share that. I'm just going to watch everybody. It almost sometimes borderline gets, I don't want to say paranoid, but it can go there. It can go there because if you're always so worried about who might try you or who might try to come for you or attack you or take from you or whatever, you're not as open. You're not as open as maybe you could or should be, or you're worried about people judging you. Worried about what people have to say or might say, and you're letting that stop you from doing the things that you want to do or need to do. So that's something to pay attention to in this energy. The surrounding cards for that in the present space are the Queen of Wands and the Magician. And what this says to me for Pisces, there's something that you guys want to do. Like you might be wanting to be maybe bigger and bolder about what you're doing in life or who you are. Maybe you want to express your creativity more. Maybe you want to be more dynamic of a person, and you're worried about how other people are going to receive that. You're worried about how other people are going to say about you maybe doing something new or sharing something new or stepping into a new way of expressing. And you don't have to care about what anybody has to say about how you choose to live your life and who you choose to be. The sign of Pisces is one of those signs that I think they're very similar to Gemini energy in that they have lots of different skills, lots of different talents, lots of different dreams even, right? Pisces is a sign of dreams ruled by Neptune. So like they have big dreams and sometimes many, right? Many dreams. It's not just one dream. And sometimes because we live in a society that tries to force us into choosing just one thing, to being one thing, we end up like putting a lot of things to the side and saying, oh, I don't have time to be that person. I can't. How are people gonna look at me if I just start singing? If I put out an album tomorrow, nobody knows that I'm a singer. You might be a dope ass singer. Maybe you've always just sang in your house. Maybe your friends know that you sing. Publicly, other people don't know that you sing. And you're worried like, oh, if I do this thing outside, people will see me differently now. Who cares? Let them see you differently. Let them see you as the full and dynamic person that you are. Allow yourself to embrace all sides if you don't feel like you have to choose. The Magician card here also in the present. I've been doing a bad job of showing you guys the cards. I'm sorry. But I'm going to post pictures of these, which is why I've been taking pictures after each one. And I think I did it for the last one too. Hopefully I did. Because I'm also trying to move quickly. But the Magician card is saying, realize how powerful that you are. Realizing that you have so many different gifts available. So many different resources available to you to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish for yourself. So the Magician is saying like you're powerful and you're able to manifest and bring into being anything that you want for yourself. So what are you going to do to make that happen? You know what I mean? How are you going to move to make those things happen? What manifestations, what rituals, what belief systems do you need in place to create these new beginnings for yourself, right? To tap into these powers that you have, these resources that you have. Your past influence is the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is about coming from this energy of where maybe a new cycle of communication, a new cycle of receiving information has become available to you. Maybe you've had new moments of clarity, new downloads on just different aspects of your life. Maybe you're seeing things from a new perspective than you're used to seeing them before. And this is the foundational energy that's moving you forward now in the present, that's laying the foundation for the changes that are to come. So these new communications, new information, new clarity, new perspectives, this is what's helping you to move forward at this time. Your short-term future card is the Temperance card. Temperance card is about needing to have balance in how you're moving forward. I think this came up in the same position for Capricorn. Bringing things into balance, right? Where do you need to bring things into balance into your life? Where have you been maybe believing in absolutes or extremes, and now it's being brought into the middle ground? Like, where do you need to be operating more from the middle instead of this place of extremes, instead of this place of absolutes, right? What opposite things need to be brought into balance? You know, balancing your fire and your water, balancing your earth and your air. And also moderation, right? Moderation, moving in a slower pace, allowing yourself to have more patience. And I spoke a little bit about the attitude of patience, not being in this complaining space, but saying, oh, I've been so patient. No, you haven't. You're complaining. Like, so when we're genuinely patient, you know, there's a positive attitude there. There's a trust. There's a faith. It's a knowing that, okay, I'm doing what I can, you know, now while things fall into place, and they will fall into place, you know. So if you do watch the other signs, I think that was in Capricorn's reading that we talked about the patience element. I'm not going to repeat everything that I said there. But yeah, so it's about the attitude that you have while you're waiting for things to fall into place. And operating from this place of moderation, not extremes. Balancing acts. What needs to be balanced in your life? What needs to be balanced in your world? This is the time to reflect on those things. And maybe that's about the way you work towards things. Maybe it's about your perspective and how you see things. Maybe you're needing to be maybe less rigid in certain ways in your perspectives about things. So there we got. So now we're going to move into the oracle reading for Pisces under this Gemini full moon. Again, shouts to all the Pisces folks in the building, all the Pisces folks that will see this. This is your animal spirit message for Pisces. So many cards have been falling out for the Pisces. I'm going to look at the one that fell out, but I'm also going to still shuffle and pick one. All right, so the one that I chose is fish. Pisces is a sign of the two fish. Let's see the one that fell out, butterfly. I'm going to read both of them because they fell out. So I think, you know, no accidents. Things happen on purpose. Butterfly is definitely a symbol of transformation and life force, and fish. Ooh. Let's read these messages. Fish. Relentless, change of focus, lost in the current. The fish loves to be subsumed in life's current. Nothing pleases it more than movement, movement and more movement. The roaming lifestyle of the fish may be exhilarating for a while, but usually leads to weariness and slippery relationships. With all the possibilities out there in the vast waters, the fish become lost without clear goals and intentions. Spend some time with the lunar forces, dear fish, as the peace and calm of the moon will soothe your soul. When in balance, adaptable, travels well. Out of balance, distracted, changes mind often. To bring into balance, set a small goal and accomplish it. So this is kind of reminding me a lot of this moderation message with the Temperance card. And it's okay for your focus to change, but if it's not serving your highest good, then that's when it's a problem, right? If you need your focus to change because of your goals have changed, that's okay. Just make sure you have things in place to keep you grounded, to keep you staying the course, so that you're not constantly just ring with, you know, every time the energy moves, you just going, you know what I'm saying? Just going along for the ride. It's not the time to go along for the ride. It's the time to be intentional and decisive about where you're going. And that, for me, also reminds me of the Ace of Wands. And Ace of Swords message that came up for you guys in your past influence. It's saying, like, be clear and decisive about what you want, about where you're going. Don't just, you know, go wherever the wind's blowing, however the waves are taking you. You know what I mean? And there are times for going with the flow, but in this time, it's saying that you're ready to manifest something new. So there needs to be a different level of intention there, a different level of focus there in order for you to actually accomplish that thing. And then we got the butterfly. I'm going to read the butterfly message because it fell out and it felt like it wanted to be heard. So I'm going to read it. Here we go. Butterfly. Undergoing great change and transformation, the energy of the butterfly is with us during periods of transition. Since air is the element of the heart, this change usually involves relationships. Or if you love your job, perhaps your career, since transition is accompanied by some amount of discomfort, be extra patient and kind during this time, especially if the butterfly is you. Let solid friends and activities support you like a cocoon, committing to one daily routine, a meal practice, or prayer, done at the same time and place will do wonders for lifting a butterfly spirit. This is giving magician energy as well. It's like having a routine, having a ritual for manifesting new energies in your life, manifesting new things in your life, so that you can manifest these transformations and changes, right? When in balance, cheerful, graceful, out of balance, fragile, and frustrated, to bring into balance, having a daily routine. What are your daily routines looking like right now? Are they supportive of your goals? Are they supportive of your dreams? Are they helping you to where you want to be? Let's think about that. I'm going to pull the crystal healing message for Pisces, and then we are on to the Aries folk. All right. I might run out of time. I set this time to go from 9 to 11. So if it does cut off, I will just hop right back on live to finish it up. Crystal healing message for Pisces. Sun, moon, and rising under this Gemini full moon. What do the Pisces folks need to know under this Gemini full moon? Oh, the candle went out. Pyrite, financial flow. This is the Pyrite card. During the gold rush, pyrite, also known as fool's gold, was often mistaken for real gold by inexperienced miners. Even so, pyrite is frequently found nearby or within gold deposits, a sign that the mother lode may be just around the corner. Fool's gold conveys that you may be receiving some unexpected money, perhaps even a windfall, but advises you not to be foolish with your finance. Pyrite, as with the energy of money, can come in perfect cubes, clusters, or massive lumps. Affirmation: I am open to money coming into my life in unlimited and unexpected ways. I make wise use of my financial flow. All right, so I'm gonna take my quick picture of these guys, and then we're going to move forward to the sign of Aries. So Aries, sun, moon, rising sign, this message is for you. Aries, sun, moon, and rising. It's a great job. You go online for 90 minutes. Don't forget to take a break. I am just going to keep going because it's a lot. And I feel like I went a little bit longer on each of the readings than I intended to. I tried to keep it short, but maybe I should have pulled less cards. I don't know. I just wanted you guys to have a real message. And not to say that if I did it short, it wouldn't be a real message, but I don't know. This is what I felt called to do, so I'm just going to follow how I'm feeling. And we just going to keep it moving. So Aries, sun, moon, and rising sign, Aries. What do you guys need to know at this time under this Gemini full moon? What are your messages? Sun, moon, rising, Aries. What are the Gemini full moon? What messages for Sun, Moon, Rising? Here we go. All right, so the first card we have here is the Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles is a mature, feminine energy. Doesn't have to be a woman, but it is a feminine energy that is really good at maybe manifesting money, managing money, understanding the value of resources. It could also be like putting energy into creating a home, creating a business, or just maintaining, even if it's not being creative, but it's like maintaining business, maintaining home, the things that bring security for us. It's a lot about that energy. This card is surrounded by the Page of Wands and the Lover's card. So the Page of Wands is messenger energy, is messages coming in that maybe inspire us, that maybe tap into our creative energy, that are related to our passions, desires, that kind of thing. So maybe there's some news coming in. Maybe there's a person in your life. Pages can represent people younger than us. So maybe there's a person in your life that is coming in with some inspiration that is important to you. If you have children, this could be about your children. Maybe you're feeling inspired and connected by children at this time. Maybe building a business that maybe does something with kids or helps kids in some type of way. Or maybe creating or doing projects with children. We have the Lover's card right next to it. Lover's card can always be about the lovers in our life or who we love on a soulmate kind of level. Like, it's about a really strong spiritual, emotional bond with someone. It is also about making important choices. It's about literally having maybe two choices or two paths that maybe both resonate with you on a deep level and you having to choose one. So maybe this could be, if this is about business, it could be about an important business decision that will literally drastically change the trajectory of your life towards you creating more money and more abundance for yourself. Or it's about maybe choosing between lovers or choosing between two different projects in your life that are really important to you, that will, again, change the path that you're on. So both paths will lead you somewhere good. It's just which one do you want? You know, that's kind of the energy of the Lovers there. Past influence we have here is the Chariot. The Chariot is about, you know, universe leveling us up. We're getting an opportunity to move forward in some type of way, usually in a way that's been aligned with the work that we've been doing. It is very much like a career kind of energy, like a promotion of some kind, a promotion in life. Maybe, you know, because of something that you've done, like now you're leveling up. Maybe you're around, you know, in different rooms, you're around different types of people. It's embodying this energy of successes that we've created, right? And again, how we're being pushed forward. So this is a recent past. So this has already happened, right? There's already been some type of glow up, so to speak, that's happened, that's been pushing you forward. And now this is taking things to the next level. And the short-term future energy for this card is the Nine of Cups. So this is a wish being granted, a wish that you've been able to manifest, something that's been really important to you, something that you've always wanted, you've been asking Spirit for, and now it's finally here. And you're feeling really excited about that, like you're in having, to me, I was just getting, maybe this is about like investments going well or something like that. Maybe money, things are going well. Whatever you've been pouring your energy into, you're seeing that it's been working, and that's been making you feel really good. So shouts to you, Aries people. You're getting things that you've been working for. You're leveling up. You're receiving your blessings. You got this Nine of Cups energy, wish fulfillment. And celebrating that. It's like, and the Nine of Cups is also like this kind of like indulgent energy where it's like, yo, I did this work and I created this and now I'm gonna celebrate by myself. And it's not necessarily like the selfish way or that you don't have people to celebrate with, but you are wanting to just kind of acknowledge like yourself. And maybe that's like you just having a bottle of wine to yourself and you treating yourself to something because you're like, yo, I did this, I manifested this, I created this, and feeling really ecstatic about that. So that's a beautiful thing. Your animal spirit message for Aries. What we got here for the Aries folks? And Taurus, you guys are up next. Animal spirit message for Aries. What does Aries need to know at this time? What are your messages for the Aries collective, sun, moon, and rising sign? Nightingale. Interesting. This is also an air energy. Let's see where you at. Oh, here we go. Fearless voice, speech, communication, or song. The song of the nightingale is otherworldly. This simple brown bird, almost unnoticeable among the flashy plumage of other birds, transports the listener to the realm of poetry. Nightingale energy is with us when we write, compose, and especially when we sing. It reminds us that music heals the deepest wounds. This card indicates a need to open the bridge between the heart and the voice. Is there something you need to say? How long has it been since you sang? Turn it up, write it down, let it out. That's dope. Interesting. I like that message. To bring into balance music. Maybe you need more music in your life. Maybe you need more expression in your life. When was the last time you sang? For real, right? Allowing yourself to sing for the healing energy that's there. Allowing yourself more freedom of communication. To express things that maybe you haven't felt like you haven't had a chance to say. Don't keep it all bottled up. Our crystal healing message for sun, moon, rising Aries. Let's see what we got going on. Sun, moon, rising Aries. What do y'all need to know? Sun, moon, rising Aries. What do you guys need to know at this time? Nine of Cups, even though it's wish fulfillment, is also just like being receptive to a blessing, to receiving something that brings you a lot of joy. So this is good. Nice reading. I like this, guys. All right. Ooh, Amber, happiness. You guys might have the happiest reading so far. Not to say that anything is bad, but like, yeah, this is a lot of joy in this Aries reading, so that makes me feel good. I feel the joy. Thank you. Amber is not actually a stone or crystal, but the fossilized resin of a pine tree. Unlike other minerals born from the depth of the earth, amber is created by the fusion of the sun with the living essence of plants and trees. It is a form of solidified sunlight, bringing radiance, vitality, warmth, and light. With its golden yellow color, amber is beneficial for people with seasonal affective disorder and depression and light deprivation. Amber encourages you to go outside, get some sunlight, play, be lighthearted, and find happiness within. I choose to do the things that uplift me and bring me happiness. And maybe that's where that's, because you can't, it's hard to, I was gonna say singing brings a lot of joy, right? Like when we're listening to our favorite music and we singing along with it, you feel so good. Like, and there's something about that just immediately taps us into our joy, into our inner childhood stuff. And Aries is the child of the zodiac, so there is always this natural connection to our inner child when we're talking about Aries energy. And this was a message that came up in our general collective reading yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, feel free to watch that. It's posted on my page on Instagram, because it was an Instagram live. So it's posted on my page on Instagram, and there's just lots of good info there. So the next sign we're doing is Taurus. Hey Taurus folk, the bull. We're gonna see what your messages are. If you're feeling this, feel free to send some love. If there's any questions, feel free to let me know. Let me know where you guys are coming from, how you're feeling. What's everybody's sign? Let me know your sign if you're watching, if you're still here. What's your sign? If you haven't said so already. I know Capricorns was in the building. All right, so we got Taurus happening now. What are the messages for Sun, Moon, Rising sign, Taurus folk? What do the Tauruses need to know? What does Taurus need to know at this time? What are your messages for Tauruses? What does Taurus need to know? At this time, what are the messages for Sun, Moon, Rising Taurus under this Gemini full moon? What are your messages for Sun, Moon, Rising Taurus? Okay, Queen of Wands again. Ah, Two of Cups. That card flew out. I wasn't sure if it was meant to be, but it was. All right. The first card we have for Sun, Moon, Rising Taurus is the Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands is a sign. It is a card of needing to embrace all sides of you. It's an archetype energy, mature feminine energy. It can be, I feel like the literal translation of the Queen of Wands is like a woman who has certain traditional aspects but wants to do things in non-traditional ways, right? And she also might be a person of many dynamic talents, some of which might be maybe dormant, that doesn't get to be expressed all the time, right? And so this is what that's about. So this is saying that there are many talents that you might have. Maybe you don't always share them. And this is it's time to embrace your different gifts. It's time to embrace these different talents and ways of expressing. Sorry, YouTube. That's a car we believe. I was listening to a very long meditation thing, so I forgot it was even on. But it's really about how are we embracing these different gifts that we have. How are we utilizing the different talents that we have in this life and allowing ourselves to be our fullest self, our most dynamic self. This card is surrounded by, this card is surrounded by the Two of Cups and the King of Cups. Two of Cups is about important emotional bonds. It can be like best friend type connections. It can be your partner. People that you love that are really important to you at this time, relationships that are really important to you at this time. They don't always have to be romantic relationships like I just said, but it's about important relationships and important bonds that we have. So maybe this is you wanting to be more dynamic in your relationship life. Maybe this is you wanting to stand out more in a romantic, intimate sense, be more expressive in that area of your life. We've got the King of Cups here. The King of Cups is a mature masculine energy that is very nurturing, very caring, but at the same time, it's not like overly soft, if that makes sense. It's like being in tune with your emotions without being run by your emotions, right? So this person knows how to show up for people, and, you know, show up in the hard times and give a soft word and be a shoulder to cry on without maybe losing their own, you know, emotional composure, you know what I mean? Or getting overwhelmed by the emotional energy, or being too swept up in the emotional energy that they can't remain focused. The past influences the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is about leaving things behind. This has been the most popular card in these readings so far. It's come up a lot. It came up in our collective general reading for all the signs, and then it's come up for at least maybe 4 of the other individual readings that we've done so far. So it's a reoccurring theme of outgrowing things, releasing old cycles, and it's about aligning your heart and your mind so that you can release it. Because it's like there's something in your spirit that's already moved on, right? But there's sometimes with us emotionally, we might be holding on to things that we don't need to hold on to, and spirit is like, it's okay to let it go. It's okay to let it go because I got something better. I got something better coming for you. And just because you let it go doesn't mean that you're not acknowledging, you know, all the good things that may have been in that place before, but it's saying like, it's time to walk towards something new. You know, there's new things coming. There's new ways of being that you haven't seen yet, that you haven't embraced yet, that are time for you to step into. The shorter term future card we have is the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a lot of times, it's like, it's a courtship energy. It's moving more towards the things that we love. So Taurus, if you have not been allowing yourself to be more in tune with your heart energy, to be more inspired by just life, the love that you have for life, right? The joy of living. Sometimes it's also artistic inspirations as well. Like maybe you're feeling really inspired by the art and creativity around you. Your first card was this Queen of Wands energy. So it's like maybe, yeah, art is really moving you at this time. Maybe you're feeling really tapped into your creative space and wanting to embrace that more. Maybe you're really wanting to express your sensitivity through art or through another, you know, and when I say art, that's it's such a big thing. It doesn't mean you have to sit and paint. There's so many ways to express art and to express creatively, right? There's so many ways to embody creative energy in the way that you're living and being. And so if you've been feeling called to do that, this is a good time for that. So the Knight of Cups is about being moved in that way. And then when it's about relationship dynamics, it's like just being really inspired by love, letting that love energy move you in a big way in your life towards things that make you feel good. So we're going to do the animal spirit message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. And the next up is Cancer, because we did Gemini already. We did Gemini right after the Sagittarius reading, so you'll have to watch the replay if you want to catch that. And again, these will all be posted on my page, so no worries. All right, I've been talking so much. All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. This is your animal spirit message. My cat just woke up and she's staring at me. So who are you talking to? Why are you talking so loud? All right, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. What is your animal spirit message for this Gemini Full Moon? What does this Gemini Full Moon want you guys to know? Oh, the bee. Man, the bees was loving me this summer. But I embraced it. They're such magical creatures. And I just started pulling the crystal healing one too, so I'm going to pull them both at the same time, because since I already started pulling the crystal healing message for Tauruses, Sun, Moon, and Rising. What are your messages for the Taurus folk, Sun, Moon, and Rising? Peridot. Okay, so I'm going to read this first since it's here. Peridot, generosity. Since ancient times, Peridot has been viewed as a symbol of the sun. More of these sun messages. And again, watch the collective energy reading for all signs. Because, yeah. The sun, bringing warmth and benevolence. It helps you to release petty emotions such as being green with envy and replaces it with being supportive of others. This has also been a reoccurring message for a lot of us. Stop comparing ourselves to other people. Stop being in competition with people or worried about people who may be competing with you. Let all that shit go. Who cares? you are you. Nobody can be you unless you literally allow it, right? As long as you're being authentically you, nobody can be you. No matter what they try to do, no matter what they try to copy, nobody can copy your spirit, right? So let's stop giving energy to that. Let's stop worrying about people who might have what we don't have. And Taurus is the sign of possession, so sometimes Taurus can view themselves through physical things, and it's an earth sign too, so there is that. But try not to do that, you know what I mean? Try to remind yourself like who you are as a spiritual being, and it's so much deeper than that, and it's so much more than that. You're more than what you own. You're more than what you have. You're more than your bank account. Like, who cares if somebody has a bigger house than you or they got more this than you? Who cares? You have what you're supposed to have. And when you are meant to have more, you will have more. You know what I mean? So the Peridot opens you to a magnanimous heart. Fittingly, Peridot is the birth sign for August-born Leos, which is the sun-ruled sign and represents warmth and generosity. Peridot reminds us that the more we give, the more the universe gives back to us. I trust the abundant flow of the universe. The more generous I am with others, the more I receive. What I get from this Taurus message too is about like sharing our gifts with the world, sharing our inspirations with people that we love, especially like someone that we're close to. So maybe this is you being more open and generous with your lover, with your partner, with your, your best friends, like, and using that love to inspire you. Taurus is also a Venus-ruled sign. So it's kind of the earthly side of Venus and how that love expresses itself in physical form. So walk with some of that energy. And I'm going to read the animal spirit. I didn't forget. So animal spirit, the bee. It's saying I passed it, but I don't see it. The bee. Earnest, hardworking, and democratic. The bee personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the final task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, see, there's that artist message. So if you're a Taurus watching this and you've been wanting to get more into your creative energy, Spirit is saying this is absolutely the time to create something from the love that's in your heart and to share it with the one that you love, the ones that you love, right? Are sensitive creatures aware of the subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work. Then they gripe and then they sting. So when in balance, being content, active, and vibrant. When out of balance, overworked and annoyed. To bring into balance, a mini vacation. So yeah, where are you just enjoying life? Maybe you need to enjoy. This is one of the readings that really doesn't have any work messages in it. So I think it really is about you just enjoying yourself and not being so work focused. And taking time to enjoy the fruits of your labor, the things that you work so hard for. All right, let me take my quick photo of this, and then we're moving on to the sign of Cancer. And then we're almost done, guys. We're almost done. All right. And like I said, for anyone who's just watching this, Gemini was already done in the very beginning. Since the moon is in Gemini, we did that right after the Sagittarius reading. So we didn't skip Gemini. We did it first. Second, rather, but we did it early is what I'm trying to say. All right. So, Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer. What are your messages for the Cancers? And hopefully this doesn't cut off at 11. But like I said, if it does, I will hop right back on if it does, because this is my first time doing it as a scheduled live. So if you guys have any feedback for me, I'm totally down to hear it and listen. if there's something that you'd prefer me to do, or that I didn't do, or, you know what I mean? All that good shit. I really wanted to do sign by sign because I know the general one, it is general, and it can be really, it's a lot to take in and harder to apply. So I wanted to give you guys some more specific messages. And I hope you enjoy them. I hope they resonate with you. I hope they help you understand the energies that are surrounding you at this time. All right, Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer. What are your messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer under the full moon of Gemini at this time, December 16th, 2024? What do they need to know? Alrighty. First card we have is the King of Wands. King of Wands is a masculine energy. It's a very visionary energy. It's a leadership energy. The Wands naturally is creative. Again, when I say creative energy, it doesn't mean that this person is a full-time artist or even an artist at all, but maybe you have a creative way of viewing the world. Maybe you have a creative vision of the world and what you want to build and how you want to encompass. Being a homemaker is an example of a way to be creative, right? And also a leadership role where like you are creating solutions and things for people who live in your space with you, right? For your family, for the people that you care about, or the people who are surrounding you, whether that's your team of people, if it's work, right? So that's a lot of what that King of Wands energy is about. And it's about how you have this vision that helps others, right? How your vision is creating things that support other people or create spaces for other people, or that other people just benefit from your creative ideas and inventions and ingenuity, right? The surrounding cards to that are the Empress card and the Nine of Cups. The Empress card is very motherly, maternal energy, and that definitely aligns with the archetype of Cancer. Cancer, you know, is related to the home, to the family, protecting the family, being there for the family, caring for the family, that kind of thing. So maybe you're feeling more creative at this time. Maybe you are ready to create something new. The Empress card is about birthing something new. So it can be a card that comes up for new mothers, for pregnant mothers, when they're birthing new beginnings, you know. And it can also come up if you're starting a new creative project or a new home project that you're really inspired by. Then this Empress card might come up for you. Then you have the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is about, you know, this joyous energy from a wish being manifested, something that you've been asking for, coming to reality and feeling really good about it. So this could be maybe a project or an idea that maybe is coming to life that is making you guys feel really good. Your past influence is the Eight of Cups. You have been forced to leave something behind, even if you didn't want to. And this Eight of Cups, like I said, has been a reoccurring theme in all the messages, and almost all. There's been a couple that didn't have the Eight of Cups there. The message of letting go was still there. So the letting go thing is a major theme of this Gemini full moon. Letting go so that we can express more of what's really in our hearts, express more of what's really in our spirit, create new things has been a message here too, and seeing things from new perspectives has been a big reoccurring theme. So this Eight of Cups, leaving things behind that we've outgrown, that we no longer need, that no longer resonate with us, that no longer fit, and is surrendering to that energy so that we can go to where we're meant to go. Your shorter term future card is the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man is kind of saying that, like, you may have been in this energy of maybe what feels like delays, or maybe even there's some delays that are still coming. Like things may not move as fast as you want them to or expect them to, but it's all a part of the plan. It's all a part of the universe setting you up for success on some level, setting you up to take advantage of something new, to create something new. And don't get discouraged by this. Don't get discouraged if you feel like things haven't happened fast enough, or if you feel like you've been in this kind of stalemate energy. It looks like I've frozen. I hope... okay, I'm back. It froze for a little bit. So, yeah, the Hangman is saying that, like, you know, you are being slowed down for a reason, so that you can see things from a new perspective. You're being put in a new position to see things from a new perspective. Don't get discouraged and feel like it's a delay, like things aren't happening, like it's not, you know, or it's not what you want, or that you're off your path. That's not what this is about. The clarifier for that Hangman energy is the Ace of Pentacles. So it's like you are being asked to look at things from a new perspective so that you can revise your plan and your strategy towards the goals that you want for yourself, towards the manifestations that you want for yourself, towards creating the abundance that you want for yourself. So whether you've been like maybe manifesting new work, new money, it's asking you to find a new route. Actually, I don't want to say a new route, but it's like a new strategy. Find a new strategy. Find a new way to do it. It may not be the way that you used to do it. You know what I mean? Like maybe you've outgrown that way, and it's saying that there's a new way that you need to be tapped into that is more rooted in your femininity. And I say femininity and feminine energy of being receptive, right? You don't have to be a woman for this message to be about you, or identify as a woman for this message to be about you. It's about feminine energy, which exists in all of us. All of us have feminine and masculine energies. There's feminine ways to do things. There's masculine ways to do things. Feminine is about being more receptive. It's less active, right? Masculine is the active doing energy, right? So maybe what that means is like, maybe you need to be aligning more of your thoughts with the things that you're wanting to bring into yourself. Maybe you need to be doing more meditation, more prayer. Maybe even your creative energy, you sitting down and drawing, you know, your ideas or whatever, is a part of you manifesting these things for you too. So there's something to think about there. The animal spirit message for Cancer, all signs Cancer. Let's see what Spirit has got for you under this Gemini full moon. What are you guys meant to hear at this time? Gemini full moon messages for all Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising. What do you guys need to know under this Gemini full moon? Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer. What are your messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer? The crocodile. Awesome. And I'm going to do your crystal healing message. What are your crystal? Ooh, I just dropped a bunch of cards. Okay. Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer. What are your messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, Cancer? I just dropped the whole deck. Okay. Pink tourmaline. Emotional healing. More of that receptive energy, right? Pink tourmaline is a premier crystal to use for healing emotional issues from the past. With its high lithium content, it's helpful in releasing depression and feelings of sadness. If you tend to attract unrequited love because of childhood issues of abandonment or relationships where love is withheld, pink tourmaline soothes the heart. It restores the feeling of self-love so that you can magnetize a mutual loving relationship. Affirmation: I know that I'm deserving of love and I'm open to attracting it now. And that's interesting because the Empress, one of the other messages of the Empress card that I did not say is about embodying more self-love, more nurturing, the way that we're taking care of ourselves, being more loving and kind to ourselves, mothering ourselves. So if you don't have children, this could be about you mothering yourself. If you do have children, it could be about the way that you show up as a mother to others. Crocodiles are animal spirit message. Appropriately a water energy for the water sign. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. So that's that hangman energy again. It's saying, chill out. Chill out. Wait for new information. Wait for new perspectives. Wait for new directions. You know, now is not the time for you to move. Now is your time for you to feel. Now is your time for you to reflect, right? And this is getting you in preparation for a new cycle that is about to start for you. So now is not the time for decisions, action, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This does not mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so that the next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. Yes, this is definitely confirming the other messages that came up here. When in balance, wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. When out of balance, feels stuck, lashes out. To bring into balance, rest and Makasana pose. So do some yoga, do some resting, allow yourself to receive. So it's more of that nurturing, feminine energy, inner healing energy. And we're moving right along. All right, it didn't shut me off at 11. That's good to know. Moving right along. Leos are up next. Fire sign Leos. Let's see what's going on with the Leo fam. Sun, moon, rising Leos. What do the Leos need to know under this Gemini full moon? What are your messages for the Leos? What are your messages for the Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising under this Gemini full moon? Sun, Moon, Rising Leos. What do they need to know under this Gemini full moon? What are your messages for the Sun, Moon, and Rising Leos, December 16th, 2024, under the sign of Leo? What do they need to know? All right. Your first card that we have here is the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is about being authoritative in a sense, speaking with authority in your life, being clear about what you want for yourself, being clear about your decisions that you make, making sure you're saying what you need, saying how you feel, being clear. Sometimes the Queen of Swords can be very direct communication. It's not the most emotional of energy. It's very much I said what I said. I'm sorry, not sorry that it hurt your feelings type shit. Sometimes with the Queen of Swords, because it's more about getting the message out than kind of catering to how it's received. And I'm not saying this as a good thing. I'm just saying that that's what the energy is with the Queen of Swords, because it's just very blunt. Is what I'm getting at. It's just very blunt, and it's the type of energy that might say something and then realize after, oh, maybe that was harsh. You know what I'm saying? It's a very unemotional but very mental heavy Like, but this is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, let's deal with what it is. Don't worry about what it feels like. This is what it is. Next to that card, or surrounding that card, we have the Sun card and the Six of Cups. So, this could be saying, like, you know, where in your life are you needing more direct communication? Where in your life are you needing to be more specific, more clear about what it is that you want, what it is that you expect, who you are even, right? The Sun card points to periods of illumination where we're allowing ourselves to grow and see things more clearly, see things in broader perspective, seeing ourselves clearly, feeling more empowered because we're connected with who we are. It's that solar plexus energy, that fire energy. It's like, yo, I know who I am, so I'm gonna, like, you know. And sometimes the Queen of Swords is also about, like, important negotiations. So, like, if there are things that you're negotiating, you're arranging for yourself at this time, this could be an important message for you. Six of Cups, connecting with inner childhood themes or people from your past, or even children in your life. If children are a part of your life, if there are children in your life, if you work with children, or if you have children, or spending time with children and, like, your friends' kids or something like that. What we're learning from children can be an important theme. That might also be it. But something about inner childhood themes might be important to you right now, or maybe things from your childhood might be coming up for you and that you are having to see clearly in new ways, or maybe that are illuminating things for you to see your way forward. Leo, the sign of Leo, represented by the fifth house, does rule children in our lives. And Leos can be kind of childlike. If you know Leos, they know how to have fun. They're very connected to their play. You know what I mean? Like, their desires to play and be joyful and that kind of thing. So they tend to have like an embodiment of their inner child energy really strongly. The past influence is the Strength card. The Strength card is knowing that you've had to overcome some heavy obstacles, and reminding you that you still can have that strength to overcome anything that's coming your way, not to feel like you are depleted or defeated in any type of way. It's saying that you've got this, you know what I mean? You've been overcoming obstacles to get to where you are right now, and just to keep going, you know, to keep going and to keep fighting, not to lose your fight in that essence, and your belief in yourself, you know, which is a big part of your fight. Like, a good warrior has to believe in themselves. You can't go out into the battlefield if you think you're gonna lose. Like, you might as well stay home. You feel me? Like, why do that, you know? Your short-term future is the Ace of Wands. So the Ace of Wands points to a new cycle of creativity, inspiration, passion, desire coming for you under this full moon. You may have new inspirations that you didn't have before. Just feel like fired up to get something going, to get something started that you didn't necessarily feel before. You might also feel a deeper connection to your spiritual energy at this time as well. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that. We got the Judgment card. The Judgment card is about celebrating how far you've come to be where you are, and not losing sight of that, not losing sight of the work that you've had to put in to be where you are, to get where you are. So allow yourself to celebrate in any way that feels relevant to you at this time. This is for the Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising Leos. And we're going to pull an animal spirit message for you all. What is your animal spirit message for Sun, Moon, and Rising Leos? What are the messages for Sun, Moon, and Rising Leos under the sign of the Gemini Moon? What do you guys need to know? What do the Leos need to know? But yeah, I see a new cycle of communication starting for you guys. You're expressing yourselves maybe more from this place of your solar plexus, of you seeing yourself, having a new perspective of who you are, how you're moving in the world, how you want to be perceived in the world. And I also see you connecting with people from your past. That might be coming up for you a lot too, like spending time with people from your past, especially people from your childhood, or people that connect you to your inner child, is what I'm seeing here. And maybe there's important communications that you need to have with those people. Important sharing that needs to happen. Okay, so your animal spirit message for the Leo, Sun, Moon, and Rising under this Gemini full moon. The elephant. I love elephants. I love animals, clearly. I've said I've loved like almost every card that's come out. I love elephants. But I really do love elephants, though. I feel like they're one of my spirit guides. Elephant, and I saw it just now. Where did you go? There we go. All right, so the elephant. Unstoppable, auspicious, and wise. The elephant is arguably the most auspicious figure in the deck. Like Ganesh, I have a Ganesh tattoo. The elephant represents immense wisdom as well as good fortune. It is said that the great elephant is the destroyer of obstacles. So that resonates with that strength card message. Like, you have the strength to overcome these obstacles. That has also been a reoccurring theme in the messages that came up for us in our general reading too. So reminding yourself that you're stronger, you know, than anything that's coming to get you. That's anything that you're coming up against, you know, and to use your inner power to get through it, your inner knowing to get through it. It is said that the great elephant is a destroyer of obstacles. So if this card appears when you feel stuck, rest assured that the path will soon become clearer. To add to the mystery, the elephant is also known to create obstacles in order to steer us in the right direction. Trust this gentle, noble creature. It illuminates the way with the light of self-knowledge. So there's more of this theme of illumination. What is being illuminated for you at this time? What information is becoming clearer to you? What are you seeing clearly so that you can grow at this time, right? So there we go with the elephant. And to bring into balance, one pointed focus, generous or generosity, loving. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. When in balance, one pointed focus, generous, loving. When out of balance, misunderstands fate. To bring into balance, trust. Trust, trust, trust. Trust has been a major theme. Where do we need more trust? Believe, believe, believe. Believe in yourself. So strengthen that solar plexus, man. That has been a reoccurring energy that has come up for so many of us. What is your crystal healing message for the Leos, Sun, Moon, and Rising Leos under this Gemini full moon? What do they need to know? December 16, 2024. Sun, Moon, and Rising Leos. Ametrine. This is one of the first crystals I ever had that I bought for myself. Ametrine is a fusion of amethyst with citrine. Amethyst promotes spirituality, and sunny color of citrine invokes joy. A truly enlightened person knows that enlightenment requires lightening up. Are you being too serious with your spirituality and need to be more lighthearted about it? Citrine also stimulates the solar plexus for personal power. If you are contemplating starting your spiritual practice but lack the confidence, Ametrine can give you the boost of self-esteem that you need. I'm ready to share my spiritual enlightenment with others who can benefit from it. That's what's up. And that Ace of Wands in the short-term future can definitely be about spiritual enlightenment and wanting to operate more from a place of spirit. And like I was saying about that being in tune with the childlike energy, childlike joy, with that Six of Cups. So those are your messages, Leo. We are moving on to Virgo next. So shouts to all the Virgos. Sun, Moon, Rising Virgos. All right. We're moving through these things. Almost. I think after this we got 2 signs left. We've got Libra and then Scorpio, and I think we're done. Yay! I am gonna take a break after I'm finished with Scorpio. I'm gonna take maybe like a 30-minute break because, yeah, talking for 2 hours is a lot. Or actually, it's been longer than 2 hours. It's gonna be about 2.5 hours by the time I get to Scorpio. And I will still come on here to do the sound healing live. So if you're around, feel free to pop back up. I probably would say I'll do the sound healing live close to maybe 12:30. It's gonna be after 12 for sure. So if you up late night and you want to get some sound healing vibes, you can tune in for that. But right now we are doing Virgo. Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgo. What do the Virgos need to know? Under this Gemini, what do the Virgos need to know? What are your messages? Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgo under this Gemini Full Moon, December 16th, 2024. What are your messages for the Virgos? What do the Virgos need to know? What do the Virgos need to know at this time? What are your messages? What are your messages for Virgos? Do one more. What are your messages for the Virgos? What are your messages for the Virgos at this time? Okay. All right. So the first card we have for the Virgos is the Fool card. This, under this Gemini full moon, is asking you to begin something new, to take a leap of faith in a new direction towards creating something. It could be something that maybe you've thought about, but maybe now you feel spontaneously you have the energy to move towards it. We've got the Four of Wands here as well. So the surrounding cards and the present energies are the Four of Wands and the Two of Cups. I know I've been doing a bad job of showing you guys the cards. I'm sorry. That right there is the Fool card. And this deck is called Origin. So we've got the Fool surrounded by the Four of Wands and Two of Cups. So this could be like maybe a relationship has been formed or is forming, and maybe you're feeling really good about it. Maybe you're celebrating the beginnings of this connection, and Spirit is asking you to take the next leap to make it more solid. The Four of Wands usually represents something that maybe started off as like an idea, and now it's become real. And it could be like, oh man, we wanted to move into this house and now we live here. We wanted to start this business and now we have it. We wanted to start this relationship. We thought, we were dating and now we're a couple. You know what I mean? So it's really about embracing the formation of things, the start of things, and celebrating that. It is a very celebratory energy. Even if it's just you having like a little gathering at your space, with loved ones, that kind of thing. The Two of Cups is about important soulmate connections, important bonds. The Two of Cups can be romantic, but does not have to be. It could just be like best friend energy, just the people you feel closest to, the people who understand you. I'm getting the word mentorship in my mind. Maybe, it could be a mentor kind of thing, like someone you're learning from on a certain level. But Two of Cups is usually an emotional thing. It's an emotional bond, emotional connection. Not to say you can't have an emotional bond with a mentor, but I'm just saying. Past influence here is the Lover's card again. So the Lover's card and the Two of Cups in a reading makes me feel like this is about romantic connection. And maybe it's about important choices that you've had to make in love. And now you're celebrating the results of those choices and being happy with what you've chosen for yourself in your love life. This is Sun, Moon, Rising, Virgo. The short-term influence for this card is the Moon card. So the Moon card is always asking us to see things behind the surface. I'm going to pull a clarifier for that. What is the Moon trying to tell us here? Sometimes the Moon can point to fears and illusions, and the clarifier that I pulled is the Ten of Swords. So there might be some doubt or negativity that creeps up as a result of these choices and decisions. It's feeling to me like it's being made out of fear. I'm gonna pull another. If you are feeling fears related to recent important changes or choices that you've made, if you're feeling fears in relation to new decisions, talk about it. Talk about it, be clear about it. Let the people that you love know how you feel about how you're feeling, you know what I mean, and what you're thinking, and be clear about it. Be honest, be direct. Don't feel like it's something that you have to hide, because if you don't speak on it, you're going to keep it inside, and it's going to create a lot of anxiety for you at this time. So that's not what you want. Other than that, I feel like, you know, it's a pretty good reading. Just manage your fears. Manage your fears at this time. Manage how fears and anxieties can kind of come in and distort the picture at this time. So that is your collective reading for the Virgos, for Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgos under this Gemini Full Moon. We're going to do your Animal Spirit Oracle for the Virgos. Animal Spirit message for the Virgos. What are your message for the Virgos under this Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgos under this Gemini Full Moon? What are your messages for this Gemini Full Moon? The Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgos. What are your messages? What are your messages for the Virgos? Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgos under this Gemini Full Moon, December 16th, 2024. What do the Virgos need to know? Ah, you guys also have the bee. I think it was the Tauruses that had the bee. Cool. That's the first animal spirit one to double for anybody. I think it was the Tauruses, but I could be wrong. Yeah, and if I'm remembering correctly, the message there was about really embracing joy. And it's a yellow card, so that solar plexus thing. Are you enjoying your life? Are you enjoying what you've been working hard for? Are you enjoying, these connections that you're in? Are you letting fear run you because you're not connected to your solar plexus energy? An empowered solar plexus will help to dispel fear. So if you are dealing with a lot of fear and self-doubt, negativity, work on your solar plexus energy, and you will start to feel lighter. You will start to feel more joy in the things that you do, just naturally. What is your crystal healing message for the Virgos, Sun, Moon, and Rising Virgos under this Gemini full moon? Ruby, passion. So yeah, you Virgos, man. Connect to your passion, connect to your joy, connect to your desires. Don't be in your head so much. Don't be in your head so much that you end up blocking your blessings and messing up things because you're overthinking and you're worrying too much. Since ancient times, ruby has been one of the most precious and valuable gemstones. Its red ray promotes passion. Ruby reminds you that you are equally prized and deserve of a life of passion. Does your career match your passion? Are you engaged in activities that exhilarate you? Do you form relationships that light your fire? Ruby encourages you to take steps in igniting your fire with more passion and igniting your life with more passion. Every day I do things that promote passion in my life. Ruby is also a root chakra crystal too, so you might need more grounding at this time, and grounding yourself will help to dispel anxiety and fears. If you're just starting to doubt things for no reason, things that you felt really sure about before, and all of a sudden you're like doubting, like, damn, is this right? Am I doing the right thing? Da, da, da. Trust, believe, believe in it. Okay. I'm gonna do Libra next. Libras are up next. I'm taking one more picture of this. All right, so I can post these things for you guys later. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising Libra. We're almost at the end. I need to take a break because I've been running my mouth for almost 3 hours. It's what's talking I've done all day, for real, for real. All right. Sun, Moon, and Rising Libra. This is your messages for the Gemini Full Moon. So I'm the Libra Rising. Let's see what we got here. Sun, Moon, Rising Libra. What are your messages for the Libras? Sun, Moon, and Rising Libras. Under this Gemini Full Moon, December 16th, 2024, what do the Libras need to know? What's your message for all Sun, Moon, and Rising Libras? Gemini Full Moon, Sun, Moon, and Rising Libra. All right. Got the Page of Wands. Okay. All right. So we've got the Page of Wands as the first card here. And the Page of Wands is messenger energy, bringing new messages of passion, desire, or related to our desires. Creative energy, also spiritual energy. Pages can sometimes relate to people younger than us, so maybe getting inspiration from younger people. If you have children in your life in any capacity, maybe you're being inspired by younger folks to make some type of moves in your life. This card is surrounded by the High Priestess and the Three of Swords. So, what this says to me is that someone's not listening to their intuition. The High Priestess is saying it's trying to communicate, but it's not getting through. The Three of Swords is an energy of sometimes being stuck in the past, mentally being stuck in the past, like events that maybe didn't feel good, events that maybe were centered in loss in some type of way, things that cause pain, right? Places where forgiveness may be needed, right? Whether that's even just forgiving yourself so that you can move on. So the Page of Wands here is saying it's bringing in a new message to inspire you in some type of way, to help you to move forward out of this energy. But you are definitely needing to have more moments of stillness so that you can hear your intuition. You're missing things in your intuition for some reason. Or maybe you're listening, but you're just like ignoring it. You're not taking action on the things that your intuition is telling you. Like you're second guessing it. You're not trusting it for some reason. Your past influence here is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is, you know, being in this energy. Is this come up for a few people, for a few of the signs so far? So the Seven of Wands is like being in this energy of protectiveness, protecting ourselves from people who might be talking shit about us, people who are judging us, or protecting ourselves just from the judgment, from the scrutiny, from competitive energies, from envious energies, jealous energies. And it may be definitely very warranted. Like maybe there are actually like attacks happening that you need to protect yourself from. But sometimes when we're too much in the protection energy, we lose sight on everything else. And where our energy is most needed. So keep that in mind. But you have been in this state of protection, and I feel like you're about to be released from it in some type of way with the Page of Wands. Like whatever new message is coming in is going to maybe show you that, you know, you can release this now, you can move forward and see things in a new way. I'm going to pull a clarifier for this, for the High Priestess. Yeah, I feel like you're ignoring your inspirations. You're ignoring your drive to be creative or to move from places of love. Like you're ignoring your heart is what I'm hearing. And that's not good for Libras. Libras are ruled by Venus, you know. They can be very heart-centered when in balance, but they are the sign of balance. So making sure that they are in balance at all times is a theme and thing. When Libras are out of balance, they can be very highly critical and judgmental, even if it's of themselves as well. So that's something to pay attention to. Like, where are you not allowing yourself to just, like, you know, move from more joy and emotion and creativity? You got to let go of whatever's being represented, whatever's holding you up at this Three of Swords, this pain from past things, this disappointment. You know, you have to find a way to release that so that you can move forward. Your short-term future card is the Page of Cups. So there's new love that is wanting to come into your life. There's new connections that's wanting to come into your life. But you got to release this past stuff first, okay? You have to forgive yourself for whatever happened in the past. Sometimes this Three of Swords energy can be like being like too nostalgic about something from the past, like maybe wanting to go back to an ex or an old way, or maybe where you used to live, or an old job that you used to have, and you miss it so much that it makes you sad in the present. You miss it so much that it stops you from being present. These cards are saying you need to be present. You're missing your blessings in the present because you're focusing too much on the past. You got to let the past go, right? There's new love and new joy that wants to come into your life, Libra. So pay attention. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising. Open your hearts a little bit more. Allow yourself to be moved more by your emotional energy from a place of inspiration, from a place of intuition, so that you can feel the blessings that are coming into your life. Get out of your head. Get out of your head. Your animal spirit message for the Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising Libras. Sun, Moon, Rising Libra. What does Spirit want us to know? Under this Gemini Full Moon, what are your messages from the Gemini Full Moon? Just Sun, Moon, Rising Libra. Spider, you guys got the Spider too. This is about being able to create your world and doing so intentionally. So what are you creating? What are you building at this time? What do you want to be creating and building at this time? The Spider is also more creative energy. Build something out of nothing. You know what I mean? All right, Spider, creator of prosperity. Through life's work, Dharma. Creator of prosperity through life's work, Dharma. The Spider is an ingenious creator. Its greatest gift is weaving the thread of Dharma into a vast, intricate web that supports the Spider and those around it, both financially and spiritually. It is hard work, but the Spider never tires nor becomes impatient. This card reminds us that creativity is everywhere. Be process-oriented rather than results-oriented, and soon your work becomes like the weaving of a magical, priceless tapestry. Abundance follows. When in balance, it's about being appreciative, enthusiastic, prosperous. When out of balance, it's discouraged, tired, forlorn. To bring into balance, playful creativity. So yeah, allow yourself to be more playful, allow yourself to be more creative, Make space for more joy in your life to create new beginnings for yourself, to create new prosperities for yourself. And like I said, with the Page of Cups, this could be a new love interest coming into your life. You might be awakening to this desire to pour more love into the world, or pour love into someone in particular. Again, pages can represent children. So if there are children in your life, maybe the love that you're sharing with your kids is really important to you right now. You know, end of the year, holiday season, people are spending more time with family. They have more time off sometimes, depending on what your work is, to spend with their children. Children are usually off from school at this time and needing more engagement and things like that. So this can be part of why this theme is coming up now for us with this last full moon of 2024. And what's your crystal healing message for the Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising Libras? What are your messages for Sun, Moon, and Rising Libras under this Gemini full moon? Celestite, the soothing blue color of celestite promotes a sense of calmness that all is well. With this association with the celestial realm, it encourages you to turn over whatever you are concerned about to the universe. The sparkles of the celestite remind you that the more you relax and trust in the universe, the more your life will shine. Placing celestite at your altar will raise vibrational frequencies of your home. I am calm, I am relaxed. I turn my concerns over to the universe, knowing that they have my best interest at heart. So yeah, turn your fears over to the universe and tap into some celestite energy. I want to get a really big piece of celestite. It can be a kind of a pricey crystal, but it's worth it. The one that I have now, I've had for years, and I feel like when I first got it, I definitely felt the difference of it in my space. I used to always keep it on my windowsill. But now I use it as a part of my sort of traveling altar when I go to readings places. But yeah, so I would love multiple pieces of that. Okay, our last sign for tonight is Scorpio. All the Scorpios. Sending love to all the Scorpios. All right, Sun, Moon, and Rising Scorpios. What are your messages at this time? Yeah, next time I'm probably going to have to do shorter readings for each sign. But it's all good. It's all good. What are your messages for Sun, Moon, and Rising Scorpios? Under this Gemini full moon, what are your Gemini full moon messages for Sun, Moon, Rising Scorpios? Definitely need some tea after this. My voice is getting a little harsh. Not a lot, but a little bit. Sun, Moon, Rising. Leo. Sorry, I said Leo. Scorpio. Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio. What are your messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpio at this time? What are your messages for Sun, Moon, Rising, Scorpios under this Gemini full moon? What are your messages for Sun, Rising, Scorpios under this Gemini full moon? What do Scorpios need to know? Gemini full moon, December 16th, 2024. What are your messages for Scorpio? What are your messages for Scorpio? Okie dokie. So the first card we have here is the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is about, you know, taking clear action towards a goal, especially towards an idea. It's like having an idea, taking the necessary action to move forward so that you can actually implement this idea, right? The Knight of Swords, though, also warns of moving maybe too fast. But it is about swift and direct action, but the downside of that is sometimes it could be hasty. So you want to make sure that if you are moving fast, it's because you're supposed to, because you need to, because that is the time that you need to move. But you want to make sure you're not making hasty, rash decisions that you're going to pay for later. This card is surrounded by, in the present energies, the World card and the Seven of Pentacles. So this is saying, like, yes, take action towards your goals, take action towards your expansion at this time, but also practice patience because everything isn't seen yet. The Seven of Pentacles is saying that, yes, you've been planting seeds, things are growing beneath the surface, and they take time. They take time. So you have to allow it time and space for this thing to fully grow and fully blossom before you take too much action. Okay? So I feel like this is a warning to make sure you are taking the time to do the learning and the growth and the expanding first before, like, zipping off into that thing, because you may end up hindering yourself in a way that you don't intend to. Your past influence here is the Page of Swords. Page of Swords is about new informations coming in, having new moments of clarity, of communications, receiving information that you may have wanted, whether it's coming directly from a person or something that maybe you're picking up on online. Even if it's coming from online, it is coming from a person, but you know what I mean. It's not someone that's like personally delivering this news to you. It's just like, oh, I saw this and this resonates with me. So it's like that. That's the past influence that's influencing you now in the present, right? This new information that have been received, this new perspective, this new clarity that's come into your life. Is helping you to maybe realize what your plan and strategy is towards moving forward. And if you're feeling like you've been wanting to learn something new or see a new place, expand in some type of way, yes, this is a good time to do it, but make sure you are taking the right time to do the right research and the right learning so that you're able to actually do this thing. You also have the moon here in your short-term future. So the moon points to sometimes illusions, and sometimes these illusions could happen around strong moon periods like now. Like, so maybe something is being distorted and you're not allowed to see it clearly. And as a result, don't make rash decisions because you don't see the full picture, because you don't see it clearly. This is also a message that's come up in our general collective reading too. So again, if you have not seen that, please go check that out. And wow, just like in the Libra, I think it was the Libra reading that had the same thing. You're clarified by the Ace of Pentacles. You're not, oh no, this, I don't know, it was one of the other signs. But anyway, this combination came up before is what I'm trying to say. And the moon being clarified by the Ace of Pentacles is saying, like, you don't see this new cycle of blessings that's about to unfold for you, but it is here, it is coming. You need to have a little bit more faith, a little more trust, release the fear, release the doubts, and welcome in this new abundance that's coming your way, these new projects, these new opportunities that's coming your way. The animal spirit message for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising Scorpios under this Gemini full moon. What is your animal spirit message? Wow, the B again? Okay. B came up 3 times. All right. And I'm going to pull the crystal healing message too. And you guys saw me shuffle. I shuffled. So it's interesting that came up again. And I also put that at the very bottom of the deck the last time. So, okay. All right. So what are your crystal healing messages for Sun, Moon, and Rising Scorpios? What's happening with them? Peacock ore. I also used to have one of these. They are one of the crystals that are not man-made, but they are treated. So there's a process that people do to them to get it to have the colors that they have. And they're really beautiful when you first get them, but they absolutely do change and fade over time. So that's something about peacock. Peacock has bright, beautiful sparkles resembling a peacock's feathers. Peacocks are proud. They like to strut around showcasing their beauty. Peacock reminds you that you are equally beautiful and need to embrace it more often. Release your perceived imperfections and need to compare yourself with others. Add color to yourself and wardrobe to make yourself stand out. You are one of a kind and beautiful on the inside and outside. I accept my appearance and see my beauty. So yeah, this is definitely about accepting yourself, loving yourself, allowing yourself to grow and expand at this time. The bee. Earnest, hardworking, democratic. The bee's personality is a delight to be around, especially when there's a team project on the horizon. Bees love to work steadily and thoughtfully until the task is complete. They are sensitive creatures, aware of many subtleties at once. Since they're artists at heart, they usually add creative details to the overall vision. For the most part, they have bustling, joyous personalities until they're too tired from all the work, when they gripe and then sting. So when in balance, content, active, vibrant. When out of balance, overworked, annoyed. To bring into balance, a mini vacation. So maybe you're needing some rest too. Maybe you're needing mental rest to reset your faculties, to reset your vision, to also integrate some of these lessons and things that you've been going through. Listen to that. So that is the end of our readings for today. Thank you so much for everybody that's joined in. Thank you for the people who stuck around to the end. I appreciate you guys. Much love to everybody. And I hope everybody took something of value from this. And I look forward to doing this for you guys again. I am going to take a quick break and I'm going to come back on and do the sound healing session. I need to eat something and just, nourish myself a little bit and just take a little break from chatting. But I'm going to come back on here tonight. It may be about, so if you are around, you want to pop back on it, I'll just be doing sound healing. I probably won't be doing too much talking. I'll just be doing the singing bowls and some chimes and stuff like that. In the event that after I eat, I'm too tired to do it. I don't foresee this because I feel like I have a lot of energy. I just know I need to recharge. My brain is kind of shutting down a little bit, but I need to just get some energy in me. In the event that I don't do it tonight, I will do it early tomorrow morning. Okay, so just a heads up. Thank you guys again. Much love. My name is Madi Dangerously of Dangerously Alive Wellness and Madi Dangerously LLC. I'm a healing artist, wellness coach, tarot therapist, sound healer, crystal healer. If you want to do one-on-one readings with me, come find me. I'm here, Madi Dangerously and Dangerously Alive Wellness. Everywhere. Peace. Love. All right. How do I end this thing?